We're on a mission from God.
Wendy? Stay away!
So I got that going for me.
Darling?
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Light of my life.
We enjoy your films.
I am a human being.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Welcome to the first official Vintage Video ReOscar nomination ceremony, where we're redeciding the Oscar nominations of the films of 1980 so you don't have to. Today we'll be announcing our nominations for all of 1980's Oscar categories, with the advantage of having seen everything eligible. I'm Patrick O'Reilly.
I'm Jesse Bayless.
And I'm Richard Wells.
And today marks the 40th anniversary of the 53rd Annual Academy Award nominations on February 17th, 1981, the same day that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was born.
Hey.
Happy 40th birthday, Jogo. Carl Jogo.
Nope.
No. We're going to be announcing our categories one at a time, starting with editing and ending with best picture for each category that we've seen every possible film from. This means that we won't have nominees for documentaries, foreign films, or anything short form. We each have our own nominations for each category, and we will be returning on March 31st to announce our individual winners for each category. So we're starting with Best Editing. Do we want to hear what was nominated the actual year?
Sure.
I have my... Pat, would it help? I have my list broken down with the original nominations.
Oh, sure. Why don't you tell us what won, or what was nominated? We're not talking about winners right now.
Okay.
This whole episode is just nominations, no winners.
Here are the nominees for film editing. Oh, should I do like a thing? It's like, the editor
I'll put
is
music
the,
in.
I was like, the editor is the crafter of the story that the director has the vision of the filming.
That's beautiful.
We're going to leave that one in, but we're going to do it no more.
I'm going to edit it so that it sounds even more disjointed.
How many times do they have to say the same goddamn shit at the Oscars?
As often as people forget what an editor does, which is once a year.
All right, so the nominees are Arthur Schmidt for Coal Miner's Daughter. Shh, applause.
This is going well.
David Blewett for The Competition.
You think so?
Which I think is funny that he blew it with The Competition. Ann V. Coates for The Elephant Man. Gary Hambling for Fame. And Thelma Schoonmaker for Raging Bull.
All right. Jess, who are your nominations for the editing category?
So I have Fame.
Yep.
I didn't put the actual editor's
Sure, that's
name
fine.
because I don't know their names.
That's the Gary Hambling.
Yep.
Okay. Ordinary People.
Okay.
Blue Lagoon. Shogun Assassin.
That's a good choice.
And Blues Brothers. And I will defend those choices if need be.
All right. Richard, what are you thinking for editing?
So for editing, I only traded out two of the titles. I took out Coal Miner's Daughter and included Xanadu because Xanadu had all those really cool transitions.
Yeah, that's true.
Fancy.
I was like, oh man, those are cool. And I took out Fame and included The Shining, which for Ray Lovejoy.
Sure. My editing nominees are Raging Bull, Altered States, The Stuntman, Stardust Memories, and Ordinary People.
So that's a total, like other than Raging Bull, that's a total.
I think we have Raging Bull in common, but otherwise, yeah. But let's move on to Cinematography as our next category.
Okay.
What were the actual nominees at the time?
The nominees are The Blue Lagoon, Tess, Coal Miner's Daughter, The Formula, and Raging Bull.
Again, I only have one in common with the actual winners. Jess, who are your nominations for cinematography?
The Shining.
Correct.
Because it's one of the best shot films of all time. The Elephant Man, Raging Bull, Kagemusha, and Heaven's Gate.
We have 4 out of 5 in common. Richard, what are your cinematography nominations?
My also includes The Shining.
Yep.
And also includes Heaven's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
I still have Raging Bull in there because I think the black and white and some of the stuff that
incredible.
they did was really great.
Yeah.
I also still have Blue Lagoon and Tess. I didn't include a lot of different ones for that one. I took out the formula in Coal Miner's Daughter.
All right. I also have Heaven's Gate, The Shining, and Raging Bull. And my other two are The Elephant Man, which you also had, and Popeye, which I just really loved everything about how that was shot.
Okay.
Art direction. Who are our nominees?
Art direction, we have Tess, Coal Miner's Daughter, The Elephant Man, The Empire Strikes Back, and Kagemusha.
All right. Jess, what do you have?
I have The Shining, Blue Lagoon, The Stuntman, Empire Strikes Back, and Heaven's Gate.
Richard?
So again, I only changed one of these nominees for my list. So the only thing that's different is that I also included Heaven's Gate and took out Coal Miner's Daughter.
Okay. I have The Shining, Elephant Man, Empire Strikes Back, Popeye, and Kagemusha. All right. What are our nominations for costume design?
Costume design, we have Tess, The Elephant Man, My Brilliant Career, Somewhere in Time, and When Time Ran Out.
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Such a joke nomination.
What a weird thing to nominate.
When Time Ran Out gets an Oscar nomination.
That's weird.
For Hawaiian clothes.
I guess. Yeah, but they forgot a couple gems because I have three out of those 5 are on my list. Tess, Elephant Man, and My Brilliant Career are all on my list. But I included, because of those silly ones at the end that who cares about those two, I included The Apple and Flash Gordon.
Nice.
Oh,
We-
Flash Gordon, that's a good one. I
We,
didn't
o-
think
we,
of
o-
that.
we only have one in common, actually.
You and me only have one
Yeah.
in common?
For me, I took out 3.
He's regretting it and changing
No,
it right now.
I know. It's like nope. I gotta stick with what I have. I'm just trying to compare. So I have The Elephant Man, Kagemusha, Xanadu, Popeye, and still have Tess on there from the previous list.
That's a good call. I have Flash Gordon, Popeye, Empire Strikes Back, Heaven's Gate, and Kagemusha. Because Kagemusha used like
Actual
the authentic samurai armor
Yeah.
from the time period.
That is crazy.
And Heaven's Gate did
To
that
be
whole
fair, they didn't really
one-to-one
design
thing.
those.
True. That's fair. Well, whoever did deserves
Yeah.
the costume
Yeah.
design Oscar. I'm just saying.
Very
Yeah,
posthumously.
you can get. Yeah, that's the most posthumous awarding of costume design ever. All right, our next category is best sound. I don't know if you guys both did this category.
I skipped sound.
Okay.
I felt that I did do all the other categories, but for this one, I actually looked at the list and was like, yeah, I actually completely agree with this list.
Mine is pretty close to theirs. What were the original nominations?
The original nominations are Altered States, Coal Miner's Daughter, Fame, The Empire Strikes Back, and Raging Bull.
Okay.
I think I would get behind that list maybe except for Raging Bull, but you know what? Here's my sound list. That minus Raging Bull, but add The Shining in.
Okay. My list, or sorry, did you say your list?
My list is
It's
identical.
just the same.
Yeah.
Okay. My list is Kagemusha, Heaven's Gate, The Shining, Empire Strikes Back, and Altered States. And then let's hear the original song nominations.
The original song nominations are this time I actually have to say the movies because
I'll sing the song. You say the movie, I'll sing the song.
Fame from the
Fame.
movie Fame,
I'm gonna live forever.
9 to 5
Working 9 to 5.
from the movie 9 to 5,
Living
On the Road Again,
on the road again.
He's
Just
doing
can't
this so
wait
we
to
don't
get
get
on the
pinged
road
on our
again.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honeysuckle Rose, Out Here on My Own, also from Fame,
Out here on my own.
and People Alone, the competition.
No idea.
So
How did that
should
sneak
win.
into the nomination?
People alone now.
Nope.
Doesn't seem to be any
Anyone
people around.
Perfect. All right. What did Jesse nominate for this category?
So I only had 2 of those in common. So I did do 9 to 5 and On the Road Again. But I also had Call Me from American Gigolo.
Gigolo.
and Xanadu from
Oh,
Xanadu.
good call.
And the Flash Gordon theme song.
Yep.
Yes, I also included Flash Gordon and took out what I don't know what People Alone are.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I didn't mess much with this category. I'm sorry.
So I also have the Flash Gordon theme, which I nominated in place of Fame's second song because I didn't think. I actually think it's better you just go one song per movie. I know it's possible
Did
to
you-
nominate multiple.
Which song did you pick?
I took out Fame because I
Okay.
actually prefer Out Here on My Own.
That's what I was going to say. I think you liked that song better.
And again, I'm also like not a music guy, as you know,
Yeah.
or not this kind of music. Where like when it gets to the score, it's like yes.
Yeah. But and I also took out the competition song and replaced it with He Needs Me from Popeye, which I love. Richard's laughing at me, but
Yeah, no, I'm laughing because every song in that movie is just the name of the song over and
Yeah.
over again.
but the rest of the nominations are the same. So Fame, Out Here on My Own, Honeysuckle Rose on the Road Again, and 9 to 5, 9 to 5.
But you didn't sing my nominees.
Sorry, which ones didn't I sing?
Call Me.
Call me on a line, call me anytime.
Xanadu.
Xanadu,
And the Flash Gordon theme.
Flash. He needs me, 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 he needs me.
All right, I think we
All
covered
right,
them all.
Best Original Score. What were the original nominations?
Original nominations were Altered States, Fame, The Elephant Man, The Empire Strikes Back, and Tess.
I got 4 out of 5 of those.
Yeah, I didn't do this category either because I didn't
okay.
feel strongly about it, but I would say, sure, those are fine.
I took out Tess and put in John Barry's Somewhere in Time.
I still have Tess, and I still have Fame and Empire Strikes Back and Altered States. What was the other one?
The Elephant Man.
Elephant Man. So I took out the Elephant Man and I substituted The Shining because I really love the score for that. And it freaks me out every time I hear it. So best screenplay based on material from another medium, which is now called best adapted screenplay.
Yeah. We'll get into that here. I'll read the nominees first. Nominees are Breaker Morant,
Okay.
Coal Miner's Daughter, Ordinary People, The Elephant Man, and The Stunt Man.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I think you were probably going to start getting into it, that this was an interesting category because I would say the vast majority of my top 20 films were all adapted.
Yeah.
So it was a difficult category for me, but I came down to The Shining, Elephant Man, Ninth Configuration, Tess, and My Brilliant Career.
I still included Ordinary People and Breaker Morant, The Elephant Man, and Stuntman. I included all those. The only one I changed out was Coal Miner's Daughter for the Ninth Configuration. The reason I didn't include The Shining, this was a big debate for me. Like, I was really debating hard
Because
on
it wasn't faithful? Or?
Well, no, it's just because knowing
Is it an adaptation?
knowing what I know about Stanley Kubrick, I'm sure that there was a script to get the production off the ground, but I'm almost certain that script was changed on a regular basis.
Right, but it's
And-
still
Yeah, but
even
if
a
it was
loose
source
adaptation.
material,
Yeah,
then it's adapted.
I agree. But it's to me the fact that I don't know, like that there was no solid. I don't think that there was a really solid script for that movie.
Right, but I would even consider Popeye to be adapted, even though it's not based on any specific
Right.
written novel. It's just characters
Based
and
on existing
a location.
material.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I think Kubrick had that movie already in his mind, and The Shining was just a vehicle of getting it where it needed to be. But that's the only reason I didn't include it.
yeah.
Well, you're wrong.
So
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. This was a very personal opinion.
sorry, did you say the
don't
rest of your
disagree with
nominations?
me, but it's
or-
your opinion.
Yeah.
Did you say all of your nominations?
I did.
Okay. My nominations were The Shining, Ordinary People, The Stuntman, The Ninth Configuration, and then I had a really hard time choosing for the last nominee between Brubaker and Breaker Morant, but I think I'm going to go with Breaker Morant.
Yeah. Yeah, I was debating that one. I know, but a bunch of these. It was a hard category because there were so many very good adapted movies.
Yeah. So what is our next category? Is original screenplay
Original
or
screenplay.
best screenplay written directly for the screen at the time?
Yeah.
What were the nominations at the time?
So the nominations were Melvin and Howard, which again you could disagree with in the sense that this
It's
is
based on testimony,
This
but-
is based on
yeah.
something. Brubaker.
But also that it's not good. I mean, proceed.
Yeah.
yeah. Brubaker.
Wait, Brubaker was for original?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to
But wait,
change an answer.
Brubaker was literally
based on a
written on
novel.
the book that he wrote. They said it in the movie.
Let me just make sure I have that right. Hang on.
I think you're right.
Directly for the screen. Yeah, Brubaker.
Okay.
I strongly disagree with that.
Well, it's based on a thing that happened, but maybe it's
Oh,
not based
wait,
on an actual.
sorry.
You're mixing up with
Breaker Morant in
Yeah.
my head. I'm like, they literally say
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
based on this book in the movie title.
Well,
yeah, sorry.
I remember it's based on an actual like a prison scandal, but maybe there wasn't a book. I thought there was a book.
See, this is where we get into weird stuff, like Django Unchained. As great as it was, like to claim that it was written directly is like, well, no, you're basing this on,
The Django films.
the-
There's a series of films already.
and you included the audio for those films in the film.
Yeah, it says the screenplay by W.D. Richter is a fictionalized version of the 1969 book Accomplices to the Crime, the Arkansas Prison Scandal. That sounds adapted to me.
Sounds
Yep.
awful adapted.
That's
I
why.
mean,
Because I would
well
want to
adapted,
nominate
but-
it, but I'm not going to because it's not an original written directly for the screen.
and
Yeah.
that is why it is not in my list.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then we have Fame, My American Uncle, and Private Benjamin.
Huh.
Interesting.
Weird choices, if you ask me.
All right, what were your nominations for original, Jess?
Little Darlings, The Island, Caddyshack, The Big Red One, and The Long Riders.
Those are good
Which,
choices.
I mean, I guess, again, The Big Red One and The Long Riders are...
I mean, the Big Red One isn't based on a novel. It's based on the director's own experiences.
Yeah. So I guess that one's okay. And The Long Riders is, I'm sure, just
It's, again,
an
the life
amalgamation
stories.
of
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
stories. Yeah.
They did do stage performances of with those characters, but not that specific story
Yeah.
before. So I think that's original still. Richard, what are your nominations?
My nominations are Heaven's Gate, also Little Darlings. Have
Yep.
that.
Thank you.
It's My Turn.
Yep.
Still have Private Benjamin, and I also included The Blues Brothers,
All right.
which could also be considered an adaptation, I suppose.
of a sketch, I guess.
Yeah.
My nominations are Empire Strikes Back, Heaven's Gate, Little Darlings, It's My Turn, and Airplane,
That's a good one too.
which I felt like it's just so quotable.
But isn't it adapted? Again, there's existing
that's
material.
true.
Is it
Yeah.
adapted?
0 Hour.
I guess it is adapted from a previous work, huh?
I think the
Because
important,
it's legally a remake
yeah.
because they bought the rights to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Well,
There you go.
crap. Hold on. Let me pull up my list again.
I think the important thing is that we all put Little Darlings on
You know
there.
what? The Island.
Yeah.
The Island gets that other slot.
Man, I feel bad that I don't have the island on my list.
you're
Island
totally-
is so good.
All right. Now it's time for some fun categories,
Oh
I think.
dear.
Yeah, this.
Well, this is always like the left field stuff, the supporting on both sides. I feel like this is where the Academy has the most fun with the nominations.
Well, I was talking to Jesse before the show in that I don't know what constitutes someone being supporting versus lead.
I think it's literally just the center character, the protagonist of the story, and their like opposite or
but
love
we
interest.
were arguing about this because Richard's example that he gave me was True Grit, and that Haley Stanfield was a supporting actress, which
Yeah, that's wrong to me.
it's just wrong because I think that you can have multiple leads in a movie. You can have more than one lead, and therefore, if the story revolves around that character, they are the lead.
right.
They or
and if it revolves around two characters and their relationship with each other,
they are both
they're
the
the
lead.
leads. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would support if you are not the person that is the central to the story.
Correct. That would be my reasoning for it.
Well, and we'll get to it when I get into as far as leading actor because
Yeah, I have a disagreement with the nominations historical for Ordinary People.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the original
Best Supporting Actress.
Best Supporting Actress is Mary Steenburgen for Melvin and Howard, Eileen Brennan, Private Benjamin, Eva Legalian
For Resurrection.
for Resurrection, Kathy Moriarty for Raging Bull, and Deanna Scarwood for Inside Moves.
Okay. Jessica, who were your nominations there?
So I only kept one of those, which was Kathy Moriarty, because I totally loved her performance there. I have Pamela Reed from The Long Riders.
Right.
And then I have people that I just adored in all three of these movies for similar performances. I have Carolyn Pickles from Tess, who was the drunk farmhand that helped her out.
That we were worried was going to fall into the thresher at one point.
Yeah. I have Peggy Pope from 9 to 5, who was the drunk
Attagirl.
Attagirl. And I had a third one, but I switched her out for Shelley Duvall. Didn't I have a third drunk girl? Oh, I did. From from Don't Go in the House, because I just loved the drunk girl from Don't Go in the House.
The hitchhiker lady?
But then I was just like, I can't leave Shelley Duvall off this list. So
Which Shelley Duvall, though?
Oh, Popeye.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I'm gonna come.
Should I go to the other one? Man, that's a tough one. I feel like she deserves it for both of them.
Yeah, I almost would argue that they're both Best Actress Oscar nominations.
See, that's what we're gonna get into when we get into our bests. Is like I have.
Oh, you're
people-
right. I have her on my Best Actress.
Okay.
Right. That's what I have for the Shining.
So for my supporting actress, I took Mary Tyler Moore from Best Actress and put her in the supporting actress category. Still have Eileen Brennan for Private Benjamin. Still have Mary Steenburgen because she's just wonderful in Melvin and Howard, and still have Kathy Moriarty. But my 9 to 5 poll was Roz, Elizabeth Wilson.
Oh, okay, she's great.
For my 9 to 5.
My Best Supporting Actress 9 to 5 is also Peggy Attagirl Pope. She's wonderful. I have Carrie Fisher from Blues Brothers, just because I really love her in that. I kept Eileen Brennan from Private Benjamin because she kills me in that movie. She's one of the funniest parts of it. Cynthia Nixon in Little Darlings, just because she's totally adorable in everything that she does in there. And then I'm proud of this last one, Edie McClurg in Cheech and Chong's next movie. Because she's in a movie with Cheech and Chong, and she's the funniest part of the entire second half of the movie. She just completely steals the show from the second she shows up. She's practically the main character by the end of the movie. But I really loved her in that.
She's just always wonderful, though.
Yeah. And so our next category is Best Supporting Actor.
Yes.
What were the original nominations?
Original nominations are Judd Hirsch for Ordinary People.
Right.
Timothy Hutton for Ordinary People, Michael O'Keefe for The Great Santini, Joe Pesci for Raging Bull, and Jason Robards for Melvin and Howard.
Okay.
This is where I'm starting to get into questioning. Timothy Hutton is not a supporting actor.
I think that Timothy Hutton and Mary Tyler Moore are actor and actress.
Yeah.
I think they're the two leads of that film. It's a conflict between them mostly.
If not them, who is the lead of that film?
Yeah.
Is there no lead of that film? Is that
Or
what the Oscars were saying?
Unless they're saying Mary Tyler Moore is the only lead.
Oh,
Yeah,
that seems completely wrong.
I
to
have
me.
Timothy Hutton out of this category.
Yeah,
for me. I have him in the other one.
I have him in the
same
other
here.
one as well. So my nominees for this one are Jeff Bridges from Heaven's Gate, Anthony Hopkins from The Elephant Man, Scott Wilson from Ninth Configuration, and I did do Judd Hirsch from Ordinary People, and Chevy Chase from Caddyshack.
Nice.
All right. Richard, what do you got?
I still have Judd Hirsch from Ordinary People because I really did like him in that. I took Peter O'Toole out of Best Actor and put him in Supporting Actor.
Sure.
Although, again, because I really just don't feel like he is the star of that movie.
Yeah,
he
I agree.
steals the show,
Yeah.
but he is. I don't feel that he is the star. I have Dabney Coleman from 9 to 5
Yep.
because all the vignettes of their fantasies of him are worth it. I put Anthony Hopkins from Elephant Man as well, and Peter Boyle as Laszlo.
Okay,
Yeah,
from Where the Buffalo
okay.
Roam. My nominations here are Scatman Crothers in The Shining, Christopher Walken in Heaven's Gate, Scott Wilson in The Ninth Configuration, Dabney Coleman in 9 to 5, and then I rounded out the category with Peter O'Toole from The Stuntman also.
Okay, yeah.
Because I agree that as much as he does kind of take center stage in that movie, he's not the main character of the movie. The main character is the Steve Railsback character. All right, now we're into the big categories here. Who did we have for Best Actress? Who were the original nominations?
Original nominations were Ellen Burstyn for Resurrection, Sissy Spacek for Coal Miner's Daughter, Goldie Hawn in Private Benjamin, Mary Tyler Moore in Ordinary People, and Gina Rowlands in Gloria. I have a lot of different ones.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I struggled with this category because I felt like a lot of the strong women for the year were in supporting roles and not a lot in like lead roles. But I have Shelley Duvall in The Shining, Christy McNichol in Little Darlings, Judy Davis in My Brilliant Career, Natasha Kinski in Tess, and Isabelle Huppert in Heaven's Gate.
It's like, now that I'm reading this, I actually do have two of the same ones, so I guess not as many as I thought. I still have Goldie Hawn for Private Benjamin and Sissy Spacek for Coal Miner's Daughter. I also have Judy Davis for My Brilliant Career and Shelley Duvall for The Shining. But I also included, and I had to pick from the three, and I feel like Lily Tomlin for 9 to 5 is the best of the three that I would pick.
Yep.
Because I feel like they're all leads, but if I had to nominate one of them, it would be Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, I agree with that.
My nominations are Mary Tyler Moore for Ordinary People, Shelley Duvall for The Shining, Isabelle Huppert for Heaven's Gate, also have Lily Tomlin for 9 to 5, and I also have Christy McNichol for Little Darlings. All right. Best Actor, who were the original nominations?
Original nominations were John Hurt for The Elephant Man, Robert De Niro for Raging Bull, Robert Duvall for The Great Santini, Jack Lemmon for Tribute, and Peter O'Toole for The Stuntman.
By the way, I haven't mentioned it before, but Great Santini was not in our catalog because by all accounts it came out in 1979, so we didn't include it in our consideration. I'm not sure how it was even nominated for anything, but it has multiple nominations over the course of the year, and its wide release was in 1979, so it's very strange that it was eligible. What were your acting nominations?
So as I mentioned earlier, I have Timothy Hutton for Ordinary People, which I think this is the category he belongs in.
Mm-hmm.
I have Jack Nicholson in The Shining, John Hurt from The Elephant Man. I have Bill Murray from Where the Buffalo Roam. And I actually did put Peter O'Toole from The Stuntman in here.
Oh, okay, sure.
So, I mean, I'm not going to argue one way or the other because I think it could really go either way.
I don't think you have to justify because you're doing what the Academy did. I think me and Richard are the ones who have to argue for his placement. Richard, what is your actor nomination?
I really like your list, Jesse. So I'm also going to have John Hurt from The Elephant Man, Jack Nicholson from The Shining, Timothy Hutton from Ordinary People, Bill Murray from Where the Buffalo Roam, but I am still including Robert De Niro for Raging Bull.
Okay. My acting nominations are also John Hurt, Timothy Hutton, and Jack Nicholson, but my last two are another Hurt, William Hurt for Altered States, because I think his performance, especially for a first-time actor, is fascinating.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And Stacy Keach from The Ninth Configuration,
Sure.
because he's terrifying. All right, moving on to Best Director.
Best Director, we have David Lynch for The Elephant Man, Martin Scorsese for Raging Bull, Robert Redford for Ordinary People, Richard Rush for The Stuntman, and Roman Polanski for Tess.
All right. And what are your nominations, Jess?
I got a couple of those on here. So I do have David Lynch for The Elephant Man and Roman Polanski for Tess. I have Stanley Kubrick for The Shining.
Huge oversight, Academy.
Clearly. I have Michael Cimino for Heaven's Gate. And I put on the little-known Ronald F. Maxwell, just because I love Little Darling so much.
Yeah, that's right.
I still have The Elephant Man on here as well, and Ordinary People on here as well. But I also included Gillian Armstrong for My Brilliant Career, Michael Cimino for Heaven's Gate, and obviously Stanley Kubrick for...
Right.
Yeah.
I also have Stanley Kubrick. I kept Robert Redford. I added Robert Altman for Popeye. And I also have Woody Allen in here for Stardust Memories and Michael Cimino for Heaven's Gate. And now our last category, Best Picture. What were the
Best
original
Picture.
nominations?
Original nominees back when we only had 5. We have The Coal Miner's Daughter, The Elephant Man, Ordinary People, Raging Bull, and Tess.
And which ones did you single down?
So, yeah, I think the only one that I have in common with them is The Elephant Man. I have The Shining, The Elephant Man, Heaven's Gate, Ninth Configuration, and The Empire Strikes Back.
Richard, what do you got?
I have The Shining, The Elephant Man from the previous. I also included My Brilliant Career because honestly, that stayed so high on my list for so long.
Yeah, it was like the 5th movie.
Yeah, and I was
yeah,
like,
I was super surprised by that
Yeah.
movie. But like, I feel like this was our opportunity, not to bash your list, but I was like,
thank
this
you.
is our opportunity to do things that the Academy doesn't normally do. And I was debating about My Brilliant Career, but it just felt like something that the Academy normally does. And I'm like, hey, they don't nominate things like Empire Strikes Back. That belongs on the list.
Sure, that makes sense.
So I can't remember where I left off. So I'm just going to do it real quick.
Yep.
The Shining, The Elephant Man, My Brilliant Career. I have Heaven's Gate, obviously.
Yep.
And I still have Ordinary People on there. I feel it's a pretty solid movie.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have The Shining, Ordinary People. I included Stardust Memories here, Heaven's Gate, and then my last one, which is a little weird because I don't think it has nominations in any other category, despite my best efforts, but Brubaker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Forbidden Zone.
No, I'm not going to test Richard like that. I did consider it for a couple categories, though. Best Original Song for Witch's Egg or Costume Design, because costume design is outrageous. But there's other costume design that just by a smidge outdoes Forbidden Zone.
Yeah, sorry, the segue there threw me off when you're like, I briefly considered it for Best Original Song. I was like, Brubaker?
No. Forbidden Zone.
Got it. I gotcha.
Yeah, so those are our nominations. We have between now and March 31st to pick our winners and to decide what we're going to call our award that we give, so that every time these actors or films come up again in the future, I can mention what they won from us.
Right, but we each get our own. We don't have to come to a consensus.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct. Yep. So some actresses or actors may have multiple Richards, but they might only have one Patrick, or they might have a Patrick and a Jesse from the same year.
Those are boring names for these statues.
That's not what they'll be called. We have to come up with names.
I'd like mine to be called a Dick.
There you go.
The Dickies.
Helen
Right,
Mirren,
those are
which if you'll
named.
recall, she has 2 dicks. What? From that one scene. No.
That Richard hated.
But yeah, I think that's everything for our ReOscar nominations. If you guys have any thoughts you'd like to share with us, we are Vintage Video Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Letterboxd, where, as I've said before, you can find each of our full movie rankings for the year. We can also be found at vintagevideopodcast.com. We also have a Discord now. You can find the button at the top of our .com and join the 24/7 movie chat and share your thoughts on episodes past, present, and future. Also search for Vintage Video Podcast on YouTube and subscribe to our new channel there. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you'll join us March 31st when we'll be deciding what the hell we're calling these awards and the actual 53rd Academy Awards ceremony as we announce our winners for 1980. We leave you now with...
We leave you now.
Goodbye.